Yeah, it's sort of an opportunity missed, did it feel a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. I think when you're 1-0 up at home and you don't get the 3 points, it's going to be disappointing no matter how the game pans out. So not to get any points is even more frustrating and more disappointment. And I think in the manner as well, losing it to 2 defensive set pieces, it probably adds to even more frustration. Yeah. So obviously a bad day at the office.
Does top 6? Are you still confident you can make that top 6?
Yeah. Listen, of course we've lost 2 games on the bounce, but our form before that was very good. We're still 5th. We've got 4 games left, 12 points to play for. So there's no lacking in confidence that we can make the playoffs. That's for certain.
And having a home playoff, how important is that? Has that been talked about in the team?
Yeah, it's been a motivation for a while. I think what the club's been through over the last few years, it'd be great to have a home final. That's the aim. If we have to come 5th or 6th and get a home double legger, then that's the route we'd have to go. So we're just focusing on what's ahead now and trying to move on from the last 2 games.
Because you seem to have struggled against teams lower down in the bottom of the table. What exactly is that? Why do you think that is?
I think it's difficult to put your finger on it as a player sometimes. I see it happening in all leagues and all different teams. Maybe teams respect us a lot more and play a bit deeper and make it harder for us possibly. And I don't know. It's very difficult to put an exact finger on it. It's tough. I don't know why.
Melbourne City is not a team that sits back. I mean, how big of a challenge is that going to be?
Yeah, it's the biggest challenge in the league. I think they've obviously been very successful over a number of years now, constantly winning the league, winning the premiers and getting to the grand finals, winning to the final last year, winning it the year before. So we know we're in for a tough test, but we've played them 3 times this year. We've beat them, drew and lost the game that we probably should have won. One of our better performances of the season, really, looking back. So it's a great game for us to go to. We go there with confidence, knowing that we usually give them a good game.
Brenton?
Amy Park record isn't a very good one for the club. Obviously you've played there a few times now. And you think about what is it? Mostly about the opponent rather than the actual venue?
Yeah, I think so. I think, Melbourne City played there, who like I've just said, are one of the better teams over the last few years, and Melbourne Victory historically have been one of the top teams as well. So I think that's probably more than the actual stadium or city itself. But we go there confident. We got I think if the game last time we played there went on for a bit longer, I think we potentially go on to win that game. So we've had a good performance there against Melbourne City earlier on in the season, so we'll take the confidence from that and look forward. The 2 goals from set pieces you mentioned before, I think it's 4 in 2 games now. Does that make the defeat of the weekend hurt even more? Yeah, 100% it does, because it's things that it should be easier to prevent. I mean, listen, there's always going to be goals for and against in set pieces in all leagues and all teams all over the world, but it does make it more frustrating. 4 games in 2 games, it's not good enough. You're not going to win games of football if you're conceding goals from defensive set pieces. It's a team thing. It's not a defensive back 4 keeper thing. It's everyone comes back for defensive set plays. I think the ALeague game, it's 1-0. The longer it stays 1-0, as we found out on the weekend, you've always got a chance of getting a goal back like we did. But the 2 set play goals in that game, the game gets away from you. You're 3-0 down. You're not going to come back. And then obviously on the weekend, you're 1-0 up at home, controlling the game, playing decent football, and then 2 set play goals turn the win into a defeat. So yeah, hugely disappointing and something that we need to put right from now on into the end of the season. Yeah, well, you say set pieces are a defensive thing for the whole team. Does it hurt more? Does it sting more? Is it a centre back something you take personal? Yeah, it does, because the reaction is, when it doesn't matter how the goals go in. When a team concedes goals, the whole world or everyone, or the defenders, the defence, it's just how the human nature. So yeah, it does. It hurts centre backs, it hurts goalkeepers, it hurts defenders a lot more than it might do with the attacking players. That's just the nature of football. Jamie McLaren's had another incredible season. They've got quite an attacking force at City. How difficult are they as opponents? Yeah, like I said before, they've been the best team in the league for a number of years now. They've got quality footballers all around the pitch. They've got a couple of injuries at the minute, but they've still got quality to come in and replace them. Players who've won championships, Socceroos, they've got good depth in the squad with quality. So we're under no illusions how much of a tough game it'll be. But like I said, we've got confidence in the fact that we play well against them.